on at least a monthly basis, so everybody can see how we're going. As you can see, most of the work has been on the riverside of 130. He's getting ready probably next week to jump on and do this area. And when he jumps on, the main crew jumps on this area, he's going to have a secondary crew that's going to come back and start working on setting meters and doing the service lines and stuff over this area. So things are going pretty good. I don't think we had any major surprises, or none of us were upset about anything we heard today or anything at this point. So it's pretty early, but signs are good so far. Things are going pretty good. I will say that the one thing that we have run into is Jeff and Chris have spent way too much time helping the contractor try to find lines, and we don't have the kind of equipment we need to try to find those lines. It'll find the steel toe in your shoe. It's basically what we got right now we'll find, and that's about it. And we have a piece of technology sitting back over there that we'd like to show you. Here it is. We'd like to show you all, just to give you an idea of what's out there nowadays. This is a piece of equipment that's being utilized by Albemarle County. Has 3 of them to help identify lines over there. It just doesn't find water lines. It also finds sewer lines, any kind of utility line you can find. If you're looking for a line in the ground, you hook up, there's a transmitter in there that you can hook up to the line, and it sends a signal through the line. We're not just talking metal lines, we're talking concrete pipe, all different kinds of stuff. It has, it'll send up to 70 different frequencies through the material so that you can use the correct frequency for the correct type of material that's in the ground, wire or whatever, cable, fiber, and then you can find out exactly where it's at. The beauty with this one is it's not only telling you where it's at, or you want standing on top of it and it's running that way. Once you do that, it also tells you how far underground it is. So if it says it's 4.5 feet underground, it tells you it's right on a little screen when you're looking at it. It's 4.5 feet under the ground right there. We can paint it. I've just roughly estimated that this thing is going to pay for itself by the end of September.
And how much is it cost?
If the contractor keeps moving like he is, because I think he's done a lot of work right now. But he's also hit, well, the first day he hit a big telephone line. Was it yesterday you got your telephone line? Mm-hmm. And so going out to the sewage treatment plant, there's some lines that we're scared to death that if he hits the, once you start it,
you don't know what it's going to hurt.
We may be going half a mile down the road to keep fixing it because it's probably going to keep breaking every time we try to fix it. So we don't want him to hit those. This piece of equipment will do that. It's designed for water and sewer. There's a sewer stoppage. There's an accessory that we're suggesting. I'm suggesting to the town to get also, because you can run that into the sewage line and it'll tell you exactly how far down the line it is, and you can find the little beacon that's at the end of the line and put a dot of paint there and say, Chris did there, that's where the stoppage is, and go down and get it. So you're not hunting for stuff. After this project is done, it's something that you're going to use every time you need to dig, because you got to locate this stuff. If you don't locate it and you hit somebody else's line, you don't want to have to pay for it. You can't. That will be 1/3 of what it will cost to fix somebody else's line, particularly if it's a big fiber line or something like that. We've looked at several different kind of these. It's not comparing apples to apples. Every brand is different. It's got a little feature, or the way it works is different. We like this one because several localities around us are using it and have good success with it. The dealer is local. They're in Salem. Other brands have to be sent out of state to be recalibrated or reprogrammed. This can plug into a computer and get the software updates it needs, and I guess that's how much we've changed. I mean, these things used to be, if you think about it, you went from a divining rod to some brass rods, and now we've got basically a handheld computer that we're walking around with that you plug into the computer in the office, and it gives you software updates, so it makes it even better. And we like permission to buy one of these as soon as possible, because every day that we don't have it, it's costing the county money and time and effort that Chris is spending on this project that they could be doing other town duties. And it's also causing the contractor to spend a lot of time wasted time trying to find these lines when a piece of equipment like this will find them. And we're gonna see that in the form of a change order if we don't start helping him do a better job of knowing where these lines are so he doesn't hit them. So we'd like to suggest that the town council consider authorizing us to buy this piece of equipment. It is a grand total of $5,807. We're gonna be getting a couple days of training from the guy on the thing to use it and everything. Basically comes with exactly what you got there, plus the sewer rod, which is a 300-foot reel of wire that goes into the sewer lines, and with a beacon on the end that sends a signal where the stoppages and stuff.
Does it take one person to operate it?
Why don't y'all grab the thing and show them how you hold it, and basically.
So the sewer thing comes with it, that's all part of it?
That's all part of that.
Price.
Take the cover off of the thing too.
No, this anchor stays on.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
To protect
the
it.
one other advantage, I guess, of that too would be under Miss Utilities requirements for us to mark town line service when somebody's, like if I'm digging my property, you have to come mark your stuff as part of Miss Utilities. This would also make that much more accurate,
Oh,
because if
absolutely.
somebody digs it after we mark it, then we're somewhat responsible
Absolutely.
because we marked it wrong.
Yeah,
So there's,
We don't mark personal stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We
trying
do
to,
it.
Up in the alley.
We don't.
No.
it's picked that wire up right
they
there.
marked it.
It's picked up what?
The wire is right
Town
there.
still will be responsible. Town still will be responsible for the mark wrong.
So I mean, it's reading through concrete.
Yeah, it's telling me the wire is right here. Go back over. I got the dot right
It's marked
there.
wrong, then
The diamond.
Miss Utilities responsible.
Will it differentiate whether it's a wire, metal, concrete? Will it tell you what it is, or it just,
You hook to it,
you
but
hook to it?
it's automatically, it'll run off of singles. And so right here, it's running off, just running off a single that it's sensing something. It can't tell you if it's a wire or if it's a water line, but it says it's right here.
What that little other box does is you hook it, it's got a ground stake that you put in the ground, and then it's got a lead that you would hook on. Let's say if we were trying to find the electric line running into your house, as we were digging up a water leak in your yard, needing to hit the electric line, we can hook that lead up to where, right there at the meter base, clamp it on there, and it sends a little low frequency signal down your electric line, and then that other handheld unit finds that signal.
You hook the red to your pipe or to whatever you're trying to locate. You hook the black to the ground. You hold them away. And then you simply turn
I
this on.
can tell by your
It sends
conversation
a
we
signal.
need. I mean, just listen to that tone, remember to go ahead.
It sends a signal.
Well, the other thing now is we're putting tracer wires in this new system. We have no way to trace them wires.
No, we don't have a tracer at all.
And this will do all
But you
that.
will be, once this is put in, you'll be able to
Right,
pick it up.
if we buy this,
Oh,
we'll have
yeah. Nice,
We looked at what Miss Utility uses, because we figured, okay, that's, but to be honest, we like this better, and theirs, we would have to package it up and send it out of state to do all of the kind of updates and things like this, and we just, we've heard nothing but good reviews from the other localities that are getting these, they like them,
Well, so you already checked with some other counties about their use of this machine.
See, originally, years ago, every council has asked that more or less a map be drawn with where every, with the old timers that has come and gone, that knew where all the meters, where the pipes were. It was never done. I asked this question just a year ago, or a year and a half ago. You know, are we transferring the information, you know, onto a map so that they will have that if somebody else leaves? And supposedly it was being done, but to make simple, or even with now with this, if the purchase, and I think it would be highly, you know, recommended to, you know, to buy it, so that you won't run into these problems. It's been problems for 20-some years where this stuff is.
even if you have it on a map, let's keep in mind that a map is only as accurate as it is to scale.
Exactly. But so
Now,
with this
the
now.
new maps aren't even a piece of paper anymore. What we're actually starting to look at is how do we be able to take the town's water and sewer system and actually put it on the county's GIS system so that it's on a computer and it's there forever. And we have to GPS basically every valve, every manhole, every meter, but they make it on a backpack nowadays that you walk around and you just stand on that stuff and it'll do it. Now, it's gonna take a long time, but that's kind of like a job for a summer intern maybe or something to do that. That's because kids go to school, college nowadays and they get degrees in GIS.
So like you said, it'll pay for itself, just saving the guy's
But
time.
even once you find it like that, you still have to go out and market for
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that.
that's true.
And that's the other thing too, speaking of that, we're finding water lines, we didn't know there was even water lines there. None of our maps has it on.
Wow.
I'm surprised it's not just water lines.
We can call Jim Emore a retirement.
You all would be amazed at how much we spent in
Yeah.
buying cans
Just
of
to get
paint
it,
at
yeah.
Lowe's to
For us,
mark all these
all of it,
lines.
love it all.
It's astonishing, because you have to mark them, so that the guy in the machinery knows where it is.
And they only give us a 2-foot span.
Wow.
Every time they've done anything in this town, they just left the old stuff in the ground and it's just laying in there forgotten about.
Okay,
So
Council,
they need
Motion.
So I guess what we'd like to do is have a motion from council authorizing us to purchase that, and I guess that's part of the, why we had it down there, that we're gonna have to pay for it once we get it, and it's $5,807.
Just a quick question, did we make a motion to adopt the bills initially?
Well, I think you did, but I think it was understood that that wasn't part of the bill.
I wasn't sure if we could skip on that one.
I make a motion, we go ahead and purchase this.
I'll second.
okay, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Is anyone opposed? Okay, we need to go into executive session for legal matters.
Oh, Jeff, you can go home 5 hours early, or we can.
You're adjourning the public meeting then?
How long did it take you to get